Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. So in this video we are going to make password strength calculator in Thunkable. So let's start. To make it, first we need to go to Thunkable. After going to Thunkable, we need to click on this create a new app and rename our project as password strength calculator. Okay, now we need to click on create. Okay, now firstly we need to change the vertical alignment of the screen to space around. Now we need to take a row and drop it on the screen. Now we need to change the height of the, now we need to click here and change it to fit contents. Okay, now we need to take a button, two buttons, and drop it on the screen. Okay, now we need to take these both buttons in the row. So to take it, we need to drag this button from here and take it up top at here. And when this vertical line will come, then we need to drop it. We need to do same thing for this button also. Yes. Okay, now we need to double click on this row here. Scroll down and change this horizontal alignment to space around. Yes. Now we need to double click on this button and click on this rename button and and change the ID of this button to button check to check. We can also write here button at the starting. Okay, now we need to change the text of the button to check. Okay, now we need to double click here and rename, and we need to change the ID of this button to button reset, and change the text of this button to reset. Okay, now we need to take a slider from this. We need to type a slider and take this slider and drop it here on the screen. Okay, now we need to drop at the top of the screen here. Now it has been come. Now we need to change this value to 0 because it is the starting point of the slider. Okay, now we need to take a label and drop it on the screen. Empty this text or click on this cross button. Now we need to click on this icon and rename this label's ID to label score, because it will display the score. Now we need to change the font size of it to 30. Now we need to scroll down and click on this color and change it to blue. We need to scroll the slider here and click here. So let's check is the text color has been changed. Yes, the text color has been changed. Okay, now we need to take a text input. and at the hint we need to type enter password. Okay, and now our design is done. So now we need to go to blocks. Now we need to go to button check and take this when button check clicked and dropped it on the screen. Now we need to go to controls and take this if block and drop it here. Now we need to click on this flower and now we need to take a else block. Now we need to one more time click on this flower. Okay, now we need to go to text, scroll down and take this is empty block and drop it here. So first, now we need to go to logic and take this is equal to block, drop it here and take this empty block here. Now we need to go to logic one more time and take this true block and drop it here. Now we need to go to text input 2 and take text input 2's hint block, drop it here. And here we need to select text. Now we need to scroll it down, take it down, and now we need to create a variables. To create, we need to take this initialize app variable name, first block from variables, and drop it here. And we need to change the variables name to password. Password 2. Okay, now we need to go to logic and take this null block. Okay, now we need to go to variables and take one more initialize app variable block and drop it here and rename this variable as score. Okay, score 2. And now we need to rename this and now we need to go to math and take this 0 block and drop it here. Okay, now we need to go to text input 2 and take this text input 2's hint and drop it here. And here we need to type enter password. No, we need to not take this block. We need to remove this block and we need to only take if block. So we can remove this all. We need to remove this also. And remove this if block also. Okay, now I need to go to variables and take this set app variable password and drop it here. Click on this and change it to app variable password 2. And now we need to go to text input 2 and take this text this block here and drop it here. Attach it here. Okay, now we need to go to variables and take this set app variable password block, drop it here, click on this password and change it to score 2. Okay, now we need to go to math and take this 0 block and drop it here. Now we need to go to controls and take and scroll down and take this count with block count loop and drop it here. And now we need to go to text scroll down. Okay, now we need to take this length of block from text and drop it here. And now we need to go to variables and take this, scroll down and take app variable password to. So with this block it will check every letters, and app variable password 2 has been set to the text input. Okay, now we need to go to controls and take this if block and drop it here. Now we need to go to text and take and does ABC contain B and drop it here. Okay, now we need to go to text and take this in text ABC get letter block and drop it here. And here we need to write ABC D. Now we need to write all the ABCD. We need to write all the alphabets here. Okay, now we need to go to variables and take this app variable password block and drop it here. Now one more time we need to go to variables and take this I block and drop. Okay, we need to change this I to another letter. We can now we need to click on this I and click on this rename variable, and now we can rename this variable as counter. Now we need to click on OK. Okay, now we need to, yes, here also it has been changed. Now we need to go to variables and take this change of variable password block and drop it here. Now we need to click on this block, click here on the app variable password, and we need to change it to app variable score 2. And here we need to type 2. Okay, now we need to go to controls, and now we need to scroll down and take this break out of loop and drop it here. So now we need to copy this. To copy we need to right click and duplicate. We need to take it here. Now we need to take this block and drop it below this. Now we need to copy this two more time. Right click duplicate, right click duplicate. You take this all one another. Okay, now here we need to change this ABCD which is written in small letters to capital letters. Okay, now we need to change this ABCD to 1, 2, 3, 4 to till 0. We need to type all the numbers. Okay, now we need to scroll down. One more. And here we need to type, we can choose any symbols. We need to type all the symbols. Okay, Okay, now we need to go to controls and take this if and else block. Okay, now we need to take and drop it here below this count loop. Okay, now we need to go to logic and take this third block and drop it here. Now we need to click on this sign and change it to greater than or is equal to sign. Now we need to go to variables, scroll down and take a app variable password block and drop it here. Now we need to go to math and take this 0 block, drop it here, change this 0 to 8. Now we need to go to variables and take this change app variable password block, drop it here. Click on this app variable password, change it to app variable score and click on this one, change it to 2. Okay, now we need to go. Okay, now we need to go to text input 2 and take this text input 2's hint and drop it here in the else one, and at the type here we need to type enter minimum 8 letters. Okay, now we need to scroll down. Now we need to go to slider 2 and take this set slider 2's value and drop it here and drop it outside the if else loop. Okay, now we need to go to variables and take this score block app variable score 2 block and drop it here. Now we need to go to label score and take set label score text and drop it here. And now we need to go to variables, scroll down and take this app variable score to block and drop it here. Okay, so let's check now what will be happen in the app. So firstly it will create a variable naming as password 2 and score 2, and the password 2's value will be set to null and score 2 to 0. Now when the button check will be clicked, then the password 2's password 2 variables value will be set to text input 2's text that we will enter, and the app variable score 2 will be to the score. So we are using this count loop to check that the ABCD, all the small ABCD letters are there in the text that is entered in the password 2 or not. And if it's there, it will change the app variable score 2 by 2 and break out the loop. So then it will stop this loop. After that it will check for big ABCD letters, and if there is, it will change the score to app variable score to value by 2 and break out the loop. And same thing for 1, 2, 3, all the numbers and symbols. And now it will check for the password's length. If password, okay, here we have done a small mistake that we need to remove this. We need to remove this block from here and drop it on any here. Now we need to go to text, scroll down, and no, we need to take this length of block and drop it here. Now we need to take this app variable password too. So now it will check the length of the password. If the length of the password that we will enter is greater than 8 or equal to 8, then it will change the app variable score by 2, and if it is and then if it is not more than 8, then it will change the text input to its hint and display there enter minimum 8 letters. Then it will show the app variable score to total amount at the label score and the slider to, and also it will change the slider to value to that. Okay, now we need to also create the code for reset button. So to create it, we need to go to button reset. Now we need to take this when button reset, click and drop it here and to scroll down. Okay, now we need to go to a label score and take this set label score text to empty. It will empty the text. Now we need to go to slider 2. Okay, now we need to go to variables and take this set app variable password block and drop it here. Click on this password, change it to score 2, and now we need to go to math and take this 0 block, drop it here. Now we need to go to variables and scroll down and take this app variable score 2 block and drop it here. Now we need to go to slider 2. We can click here OK. Take this slider 2's value and drop it here. And here we need to type 0. Write 0. Now we need to go to text input 2 and take the set text inputs to hint to nothing. Okay, now let's check is our app working or not. We need to click on preview. Okay, at the enter password we can type tree @123. Now we need to click on check. Okay, it is giving 10 on 10 marks because it is containing a capital letter, small letter, a symbol and numbers, and it is more than 8. So now we need to click on reset. Okay, our app is working. So this is the part 1 of this app. In part 2, we will edit this app and make an app that we can enter any 4 letters of our first name or last name. Then it will make a password with including that 4 letters. So thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.